Hello friends, in this video lecture we are going to discuss the turbine speed governing system. So let us begin. So friends, in our previous video lecture, while discussing the load frequency control for the single area, I told you that in order to understand the concept of the load frequency for single area, we consider a single turbo generator from that area, and we assume that that single generator is going to supply the isolated load. Now if suppose that load is changes to, then that turbo generator, how it will respond to that change in load. In order to understand that, I told you that we have to understand the responses of the three different things. One is we need to understand the response of the speed governing system. Second one, it was turbine, how it will respond to that, and then the load model or the power system, how it will respond to that. So out of that, the first one, it was the turbine speed governing system. Okay, how this speed governing system will respond to change in the load. Okay, so first we will understand the working of this speed governing system, or I can say the working of turbine speed governing mechanism, how it will work. A simple schematic diagram for turbine speed governing system shown here in this figure. You see, it is mainly comprising of speed governor, that is a flyball speed governor, which is a heart of this speed governor system. Second is we do have that hydraulic amplifier. Okay, after that we have this linkage mechanism L1, L2, L3, L4. Okay, and then we have that speed changer. So we have totally 1, 2, that is 3, and this is 4. Total 4 various parts are there in this turbine speed governing system. We'll see working of each and every part one by one. First, we will consider the working of this speed governor. Okay, actually it is a flyball governor. It is located on the shaft of the alternator, and we know that the shaft is rotating continuously. So what happens due to that centrifugal forces, as it is placed on the shaft, due to the centrifugal forces, this fly balls, this is first ball and this is the second ball. What happens if suppose if the turbine, if that shaft rotate with more speed, this fly ball will move outward. They will move outward, and what happens as they're moving outward, see this is rigid here, this is fixed. So due to this point B on this linkage mechanism, it will shift downward. It is going to shift downward. Inverse is also possible. Suppose the speed of the shaft decreases, then these balls will move inward. So as they are going to move inward, so this distance increases. So due to the increase in this distance, the point B will move upward. Okay, so we can say that it is sensing the changes in the speed of the alternator. Okay, changes in speed is nothing but change in the frequency, because I told you that as the speed is changing, the frequency will change with direct proportion. So here if the alternator shaft speed is, if it is changing, so it is sensing that change. So as it is sensing the change in speed, we can say that it is sensing the change in frequency, and accordingly it is giving some movement. So this is how this speed governor will operate in this turbine speed governor mechanism. The second one, what we have is hydraulic amplifier. See, this hydraulic amplifier, it is very important here because it will enable us to control the valve through which this stream is passing. You see, the input to the steam is here. Okay, the steam will entering from this point in this chamber. Okay, now the steam has to pass through this path, and we can control the gate of this path. How we can control? We can control it with the help of this hydraulic amplifier. See how we are going to control. Basically this hydraulic amplifier is comprising of two different pistons. The first is the pilot valve or the pilot piston, and the second one, it is the main piston. The main piston is here, and the pilot pistons, they are here. So you see here, if this point D on this link, if it move upward, what will happen? A high pressure oil is going to enter in this chamber from this point. So as this point D is moving upward, so I can see that the oil will get the path to get to this main chamber. Suppose this is the pilot chamber and this is the main chamber. So this high pressure oil, when it enters here, so what it will do, it will push down my main piston. It will push it. So it is pushing downward movement of this main piston. It means that it is the gates are opening here. Means we are allowing more steam to comes in. Reverse, if suppose the point D on this linkage mechanism, if it is going downward, so going downward means what happen? Now this high pressure oil will get this path to get to this main chamber. So when it is going through this path, it will push this main piston upward. So pushing this main piston upward means trying to close the gates or giving minimum path or the smaller area for the steam to pass. So as the steam passing through this is changing, we can have the corresponding change on the turbine, because ultimately the steam is going to pass through this gate to the turbine only. So the more the speed of more the steam, more will be the motion movement of the turbine. Less the steam movement of the turbine. Okay, so this is how we can control the steam input to the turbine. And why the name hydraulic amplifier it is given? You see that we are converting this high pressure coil to see this is just a simple pilot valve. It is at a low pressure level, but what we are doing, we are with the help of this, we are able to control this main piston which is at higher pressure level. So from lower pressure level we are operating the higher pressure level. So that is why it is been called as hydraulic amplifier, with the help of that oil, high pressure oil. So that is why hydraulic term comes. Next, this is the linkage mechanism. See, A, B, C, it is one link which is pivoted at point B. Okay, and in that AB I'm calling it as link 1, BC I'm calling it as link 2. Now again CDE is the another link which is pivoted at point D. L3 and L4 are the parts of this link. Okay, how this linkage mechanism is going to help me? Now you see it is going to give me the control, or with the help of this linkage mechanism I can control the steam according to requirement. Okay, that is one thing. Suppose if we sense the speed change in the with the help of the speed governor, definitely this point B on the linkage, it is going to move upward or downward. Suppose it moves upward. If it is moving upward means there is a reduction in the speed. Okay, as the speed reduces, this two fly ball will move inward. This distance increases, and due to that, point B goes upward. So as the point B goes upward, so what happened here? Correspondingly, this point D also it goes downward. See, you just take two link in this way, connect those two link at this point C. You see, you just try to lift that point B, definitely you will experience that that point D will get down. It will move in downward direction. So as it moving in downward direction, it means that we are allowing high pressure oil to enter into this pilot chamber to the main chamber. Okay, so just make a small change here. So as the B is moving upward, the D will also move upward. See how it will move. So as B is moving upward, the link will move this way. So as it is moving upward, so definitely this portion of the link will move upward. So as we can say that as the point B move upward, D will also move upward. So as D is moving upward, the high pressure oil will go this way and it will push down my main piston, allowing more steam to pass. So what we sensed here, there is a reduction in the speed. And accordingly, with the help of this linkage mechanism, we have operated this hydraulic amplifier, and due to that, we allowed more steam to pass. So as steam is increased, the turbine speed will increase now. Earlier it was reduced, now it will increase because of the increase in the input energy. So this is how this linkage mechanism is going to help us. One more thing it will do for us, that is, it will provide us the feedback with the help of this point E, where it is, what is the position of this point E. With the help of that, I can come to know that what is the rate of steam going to the turbine. So it is going as the feedback as well. So this is how the linkage mechanism will operate or it will work. Now the fourth part, that is the speed changer. Okay, suppose if you want to control the output of the alternator. Controlling output means controlling the speed or controlling the frequency. So what you can do is, suppose if you want to increase the speed of the alternator, suppose if you sense that the load has increased and if you want to increase the speed of that alternator, what you have to do is you have to uh, push down this speed changer. Okay, pull down this speed changer. If you push it down, so what happens when you are pushing it down, the point A, it gets shifted downward. As it is getting shifted downward, the point B move upward. So we know that as the point B move upward, D also move upward, allowing high pressure oil to enter here, allowing more steam to pass. So that is why with that way the rate of steam is increased, and due to that the turbine speed will increase. Suppose if you want to decrease the speed, if you want to lower the speed, pull it up. Okay, due to that what will happen, point A will go upward, the point B will go downward. So as the point B is going downward, D will also move downward. So as D is moving downward, the oil will get path to flow through this. Okay, it will push the main piston upward and it will try to close the gate. By that, allowing only less amount of steam to enter here and to go to the turbine. So with that, the turbine speed will reduce, and this is how the speed changer will operate in this turbine speed governing mechanism. In the next lecture, we will model this turbine speed governing mechanism. Okay, thank you very much.